Hello and welcome to the Regular. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Jason Ross.
Wow.
That sound means more today.
Okay. Let's just, first of all, happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. Thank you to everyone who was a part of our Patreon movie night last night. It was a blast.
Do you remember the first time in your life when you found out the term Hump Day and you went kind of like,
I went, ooh, I can't wait.
I remember being in a portable in like high school. That's when I found out. And one of the people in our class, like the girl that you would expect at least to make like a pun like that.
Yeah.
She wrote Hump Day and she looked at the class and went, and I was
Nasty.
like, what's she writing and what's going on? And then I found out later that she meant Wednesday. I was like, all right.
Oh, wow. I want to just point out something. You're getting a lot of love right now. Stephanie saying Jay looking so professional. Shayla saying Jason looks ready for a job interview. I will say Jason looks the most professional I've ever seen him. Now, this is a huge lesson in, don't judge a book by its cover, because Jason was late to the podcast, and that's no big deal because sometimes I am, but he was running late. And then I just text him like, what's happening? I'm waiting. He shows up, and Jason, please take it away. I'll go full screen and you can just explain what's happened here. Let me just get you some good music and, hold on. Here we go. Go on.
So this morning was great. And I was happily setting up my little nook in the corner of my child's room, which I call my office. So I'm ready for the job interview. Even put on this sweater and was like, great, I'm going to look nice today. And then all of a sudden my stomach went, no, you're going to puke. And I just ran to the bathroom and I've been puking, but I feel great now.
Yes.
I was trying to really milk that story because I feel like a full screen and like music means you gotta
Jason,
I puked.
You just puked pretty violently. As you said, and he was like, I puked. And I was like, what do you mean you puked? And you're like, I ate these eggs and then I puked.
Well, you start to trace back and you're like, well, why am I puking? Like, what's going on? Like, because it's especially in a pandemic. I'm like, oh, great. I've got COVID.
And Megan's correct. Puke and rally to Ross. I said to Jason, you can't do this podcast now.
And I was like, hell yeah, I can do this podcast. No problem. I puked. I'm done. I did it. And if I have to leave at some point during this podcast, you'll know why.
What did you just do?
That was just a bit of gas. That was a bit of La Croix. Brought to you by La Croix. Ooh, gassy.
Hey, do you want to puke but you can't find ginger ale? La Croix.
Also, I was also the king of like when I had an office cubicle job, people would fully know it's like, oh, so you got an interview today? That joke was made all the time because when you did have a job interview, but you would dress nice and you'd be like, I can't tell anybody I've got a job at the competing ad agency, and you're like, oh, I can't.
I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out. I don't believe you worked in an office where anyone said, I think Jason has an interview with the competing ad agency.
Well, they didn't say competing ad agency, but they would have said like, oh, Jason's got an interview today for sure.
With what? With Malloy. Is that a good ad agency name?
That actually sounds like a pretty good one.
I know, right? Jason's got an interview with Malloy.
Malloy Dalton Touche.
Malloy Dalton Touche.
It's always three names with an and. You got to do that.
Malloy Dalton Touche. I will tell you, I agree with Stephanie. I'm the limoncello.
It's the best one.
I can't find it. I don't know if it's in Canada. I look at it all the time. Yeah. Anyways, Jason told me.
Sorry, I cut you off too because like it's limoncello.
Limoncello? Yeah. I would think you might have gone plain, maybe a grapefruit, but here you are getting a really strong flavor right after a barf. And I can't come back from a puke. Like if I puke, the day is done. I don't like how your mouth, you had milk mouth for a second. It's like,
really? Okay, yeah. Good. Here we go. This is how you have to hold it properly.
Okay.
Something's better than life, and you're gonna find it out today.
Imagine you just barfed instantly. Don't pretend.
Pretend leans into real.
pretend leads into real, and that is actually the problem. Like,
That's with a lot of things in my life. I started to pretend to be this person, and you're like, wait a second, now that's me.
yeah.
Oh, now I've done it.
The worst part about puking for me is like, well, it's like it just destroys me. I'm like a thin deck of cards here, or house of cards. It will crumble. And I remember getting food poisoning and having to be at Second City, and I just remember thinking, adrenaline's going to take over. I'm going to be fine.
Yes.
And then
but then you get those waves. You get the second wave.
Oh, yeah. The dry mouth. The dry mouth.
No, mine gets hot. You get that hot water in the back on your molars, just like bathing it like you're at the dentist. And you're like, oh, here we go.
The front of your mouth is just, I remember doing a scene and I was like, I have cotton mouth.
I'm going to puke now.
Are you actually?
No.
No, but be real.
Going on right here. I'm fine. Great.
Jason. Okay, regardless, we're on air, whatever, we're doing the show, but just between friend to friend, if we weren't on air, are you going to need to puke again? I see it in your face.
Right now? No.
But in like 5 minutes?
Is there that little, like, thumb up a little bit in my stomach? Just being
Jason, I feel like you need to go. I can't, Jason.
I'm great.
Here's the thing. I can't have you suffer here in silence, which is what you're going to start doing.
I'm not suffering.
Yeah, but you just puke. So you have that relief of like, you're not going to puke again, but you already know. No. But after you puke, there's that like instant relief. And then just something in the back of your head that just goes, it's going to happen in a bit. And I think that's in your head right now. It's going to happen again.
I'm great. I'm just going to but I'm going to drink a lot of this limoncello throughout.
I don't think that's actually going to help you. And you're supposed to drink flat. You're not supposed to drink bubbles. It's supposed to be flat.
I know. That's why it's like I can feel it. But like I feel great. Also, on top of it, I also feel great because if I do puke, I feel like this is a bit of a cheat to just like try to, not count those calories that I had for breakfast.
Jason?
That's true.
Jason.
But I'm just one time.
Jason.
I think that Jen's a bit delayed because I think I said that, which is completely wrong. And she just wrote, I'm Team Jason, but I don't think she's talking about that.
I don't think she is. And here's the thing. You had weird eggs. Okay. So when you look at an egg and you go,
bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to make you like, I think you're going to puke again.
The whites of eggs before you cook them is like
clear.
That's well, it's supposed to be. Sometimes a little misty.
Ew.
But that's the one thing. Like if I was ever teetering, I'd be like, oh, fine, let's just get over and puke. I would think of whites of eggs, and I'd be like, well, there, I'm done.
Oh, you know what's really hilarious is one girl, and I hope we're not making she wants you to stay on the pod and like see what happens. I think
I knew that's what she meant.
Yeah, I think he's struggling.
I'm not. I feel great. Watch coffee with cream.
Oh, Jason, please! I'm really no. Don't ruin that for you. I remember this girl in my dance when I was dancing in that army gym, and it was recital time, and one of the girls, she was one of those like awkward girls like from a teen movie, like she'd come in and say something, and you were like, Vanessa, like it was just a bit weird.
So she was carrying her binder and like the papers would all fall in. She's like, oh God, sorry.
Yeah, totally. And like, but she came in the room and she's like, you guys, I have to be sick. I ate like 6 hot dogs. And we were like, when? And she was like an hour ago. And we were like, it's 9 a.m. She had like 6 hot dogs. Anyways, we should probably
never really got into this too, though. Like, what song did you dance to at a dance recital? Because we've never really talked about your dance recitals.
You've seen the photos.
I've seen the photos, but the photos don't tell me the song.
Sure.
Although if I had to guess, I would guess you danced to what's that one in like Footloose when she like goes up on the chair like this? Do you know what I'm talking
Footloose.
About? No, not that. Not Footloose. Flash dance.
Flash dance. I'm gonna live forever.
That's Fame.
Whatever.
What is it? It's like what if.
I don't know.
I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
I just can't hide it.
No,
that's probably not it either. But I could see you doing it to what you were wearing. I was like, that would fit that perfectly.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You can ask 3 different types of songs because I was a ballet dancer. Okay. I did hip hop, jazz. I was more of the jazz. Okay, we know that cabaret, and then tap. So,
give us your song.
Okay. One of the ones that stands out for me for tap was Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Football band play.
Yeah. And then we were all like tapping
Isn't
slowly.
that Primus or something? Did you dance
No,
to Primus?
there's no way my dance teacher was like Primus in Alliston, Ontario. There's just no way.
I don't know. I feel like
And it
that's
was like,
Primus.
and then it was like you had to dance, you had to tap so fast. And I remember thinking like, whoa, this is incredible. Now, none of us are professional dancers. So I'm sure the recital was just like, bah, 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 bah. Like there was no skill that you were looking at. Charlie Daniels band. Thank you, Barbara. So I did that one.
Maybe Primus covers it then.
And then I did for ballet, I did one that stands out to me is Bjork. You know, it's like, it's oh so quiet. Everyone does shh. Did that one. Oh my God.
Are we going to ding for a copyright if we sing the song for a while? Is that going to count?
Yeah. I mean, we're a long road from monetization. So I don't know what coins we're holding on to here.
I wasn't wrong either. Primus covered. That's it. I don't know the other version. I only know Primus's version.
Well,
anyways,
the original version, have a listen because it's really great. And I honestly, Jason, I've never felt more cool. Like it felt so good. I loved that. The devil went down. Like now thinking about it, mortifying, right? But
yeah.
I also did Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
I was going to say,
that
seems that. Like the most classical one for it.
And then you're like,
the Boogie Woogie Boogie Boogie.
And you're like, yeah. And I remember
I honestly don't want to see the Stacey I saw in that picture dance to Flash Dance as committed as she possibly could.
I'm wondering, do we have that picture? We must.
I've never had that picture. I've seen
You've never had that picture? Okay,
no.
Let me see if I can find it. Let's just see. What's going on? Can we get an update from you, please? How are we feeling?
Great.
Okay.
I feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you. Like it was just I don't know what happened.
What do you mean?
Because like I'm not this. Well, because it's not like this is something to go. Oh, Jason pukes here. I haven't puked in years.
How long's it been?
I don't remember the last time.
Really?
Probably not since I've moved here. I don't remember ever puking here.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like I don't get sick often. So it was just weird to be like, "Ooh, my stomach." And I've had a fine morning too. Like everything's been fine. It was a quick.
It was yeah.
We're coming up.
Damn, that's pretty gnarly. I'm trying to find this jazz photo. But I can't find it. I'll put it up. You can check it out on my Instagram. It's me in like a velour suit, a velour top, and I'm feeling definitely feeling myself. So I have some huge breaking news.
Ooh, and I don't know this.
Really?
Great. Oh, do I know this?
No. This is pretty great. So I have some Taylor Kitsch news.
Okay.
It was sent to me by a few listeners. So thank you so much for sending me it and thinking of me. Taylor Kitsch is about to do a movie with Chris Pratt.
Oh, okay. So 2 in 1.
I mean, I'm less a Pratt. My camera just fell.
What if he gave up the religious stuff and was just like, I was just kidding. Let's party.
Jason's dream of everyone just going, my bad. Let's party down. So Taylor Kitsch and Chris Pratt are about to do a movie together. And,
I just watched a movie with Chris Pratt in it. And I think it's when he turned. I think it was when he all of a sudden was no longer fun. It's when he started doing Jurassic World.
No, he started turning when he did this, like when he decided to like kind of leave the TV world and go into movies, and he was like an army guy and he lost all that weight, but he was still like he was still a beef daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was just too serious. And I was like, no, we like fun Parks and Rec.
What?
Forever. We love the
I can't be hard on you today. Because I'm just feeling so bad, but
what's hard? I love the fun, dumb Chris Pratt.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Yes, I also missed that. Danielle says she's been rewatching Parks and Rec and Mrs. Fat Bratty. I mean, we all do. I mean, I mean, yeah. I follow his wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger.
Mhm.
And I have more questions than I do answers. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, what do you do?
I also want to be invited to that like Christmas party where there's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chris Pratt at the same party.
I bet you they're having a good time. I think you got to
They're having
pray
a great
before
time.
dinner, but after that,
Cigars after dinner, probably
Hell
men
yeah.
only on the patio because Arnold's going to be like, get out here. Come on, we need to talk.
okay. And we're going to
I
let
can't
that go
do
today.
fucking voices.
I wouldn't ask you to do an impression after barfing up some weird eggs. And Jameson goes late to the party, catching up on the chat. I feel like I missed something. Jason barfed mere minutes before the podcast, and we are counting down till he has to leave. Rob wants to know if a beef daddy is like a plant daddy or an anchor daddy. And of course, a beef daddy, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The thing is, I tried to watch Below Deck. It's on Hulu down here, but I couldn't. It was on Hulu Live. You have to buy like extra stuff, and I was like, I can't do this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get you into it because I think you're going to really love it. Also, we talked about this briefly on our Instagram Live last night. Jenny's just catching up too. Jenny, just to let you know personally, Jason barfed but mere minutes before the podcast, and he is for sure gonna barf again. He has confirmed he's starting to fidget, like, oh, maybe if I lay back here, it'll hurt less. Like it's building up again, and we can tell.
I feel great, man.
Yeah, sure you
feel
do.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, all your teeth fell out. I watched something.
We can start a pool right now. A pool of like, at what point of this podcast does Jason have to leave again? And my bet's on my
butt.
My butt.
I do want to say something that Jason told me to do, and I did because I respect our friendship. And I watched In and of Itself yesterday, and we talked about this a bit.
When you talked about on your stories, we talked
on
about
our
Instagram
Instagram
a little bit.
Yeah. What an incredible! I know I'm so late to the party, and everyone's talking about this, and this is like so old, but like if you have not seen In and of Itself, I'm not even going to say Jason, nor is Jason going to say.
We don't want to spoil it. It's such a good.
I went in not knowing anything about it, and so I shall keep it for everyone else to have the same experience. But my God,
I didn't think I knew anything about it, and then in the opening thing, when they showed the board, that's all I'll say. I was like, oh, I know. I think it was Mark Andrada. I believe it's Mark Andrada. If it ever comes to like a New York play, I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, he told me about this play because that's all. It is a play, but that's again not a spoiler.
I had it was one of the first. It's an hour and a half, and I didn't check my phone once. Like I was immersed, and then I was so dramatic. I texted Jason. I was like, I feel like I can breathe again.
I have that. That's a true text. I do have that on my phone.
Yeah, I felt it. I just felt such release. I think I was extra emotional because obviously we are theater artists, and this is like, not that we are creating at that level in any capacity, but man, it was so inspiring, and there was
things that we did in our time in dumb sketch shows where we tried to achieve some of the things that he achieved. Yeah. And we came to no level of it, but it's like watching it was,
thematically.
So watching it was still like, it just made me miss theater more than I've ever missed theater before.
And it felt so immersive. Like you felt like, and then I just thought like, oh man, if I could have been at that theater, the energy there would have been wild.
It's shot and done really well. Yeah.
To answer Rob, I just rented it from YouTube. It was like $4. I'm not about that.
Trust me, spend that $4. If it was $40, I would say, trust me, spend that $40.
I would say the same. Yeah. So, Voodoo Lion, morning sickness is Charlie getting a sibling. And I think the title of the episode has to be Jason Ate Weird Eggs.
Jason ate weird egg. One egg.
One egg to ruin the world.
I'm counting calories, so one egg. One egg's all I get. It's great.
You can't have 2 eggs. I could
if I wanted to. I'm kidding. I only have that anyways. No, I'm kidding. If I had 2, my burrito, it wouldn't close. That's right. I'm eating burritos, so I'm already counting the tortilla shell anyway. So we're great. I made a breakfast burrito every morning.
You know, I will tell you where I'm at emotionally. Like I just woke up today and I was like, man, you know what I want to do with my afternoon? I mean, I can't because we're adults. I just want to like order a pizza in the afternoon, like a teen. I know. And I just want to like, no, but you know what I mean? Like I want to just not work. I want to just order a pizza at like 3 p.m. and like have a beer and like watch TV. How decadent would that be?
As a teen, I ate a lot of pizza because that's what it is. Like at least every Friday night, that was our Friday night ritual. We would have pizza every night. We even got like
Right.
Christmas cards from our local pizza joint because they're like, "Hey, Merry Christmas!" You're a great
Okay,
customer.
Jason.
Loved it.
I'm kidding.
But like it wasn't until later. It wasn't until my adult life where I was like, because you say like a teen, but I'm like, it was my adult life where you move away for the first time. You're like,
Mhm.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's 11 o'clock. Oh, fucking pizza, no problem. Is it open? Oh, it's not open yet. Okay.
But the
Although
thing
11 a.m.
is,
it is open.
this is what I want to talk about. See, Jan gets it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Jenny, she goes, once I ordered pizza at 3:30 p.m. and it was so luxe. This is the thing though. I don't want to eat a pizza and then get back to life. I want to luxuriate in the experience and never leave it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, you know, when
mean.
people have like a Big Mac at lunch and you're like, that's fucking awesome. But if I was eating a Big Mac at lunch, after the last bite of the Big Mac, and I'd be like, the day is done. There's no way I am proceeding in life.
I'm trying to remember like full on 9 to 5 jobs when you were like, you're working downtown and you never bring your lunch. Like, I didn't have a lunch pail. So you'd go out and you would, but every once in a while you wouldn't go to like the $5 place. You'd go to like we're having a lunch today. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. All right. But then it's like, we used to have these lunches too, where it was like, you go out with everybody, Fridays at the Duke, it was called. And we'd go to the Duke and you drink beers. How do you go back to the office?
How do you go back to work?
Like 3 beers in, you're like, okay, back to the office, guys. Let's go.
Exactly.
It was okay because my boss did it too. So I was like, all right, guys, what's going on? But
I don't want to go back to the office. The
nobody
day is
does.
done now.
And there are times when it's like, especially maybe if you grew up in a place like Los Angeles, you won't know this because you don't have seasons. But like when patio season drops and there's like not snow on the ground anymore, and then your office goes, Friday, we're going out to thing. That Friday, the world opens up and nobody goes back to the office.
No, you're not. That first patio,
yeah.
I would rather live a million winters than never have the experience of the first patio. In the city. It's incredible. Like, oh my God. And then you have that first beer, the first sip, and you're just like breathing in the air. You've got like maybe a light jacket on. It's
time you didn't know you were going to a patio that day.
Oh
and just opened up, and then all of a sudden you're like,
yeah,
you're 3 beers in and you thought, sometimes you prep, you're like, I'm going out for a drinking night. And then you're drinking, you're like, I don't know, I'm even forcing beers in because you're like, well, we're drinking tonight, but I'm not even feeling like it just feels kind of weird. But then there's those days when you didn't know you were going to drink, but you end up on a patio and you have 2 beers and then you're like, the world is my oyster and the world is these shitty planks of wood that someone put down 16 years ago underneath me. And this is where I never want to
Yes. I so deeply understand that.
Yeah. The best times.
Yeah. When you have a sneaky little like afternoon bev, like especially now just being older, like there is no coming back. Like there's simply no coming back. And there's also like there's something tragic about the afternoon. Like, should we just have are we gonna have just a little thing? And then you go, yeah, and then you just want to hang out there the whole rest of the day. But then you have to go back and like touch a folder and navigate the insides.
Yeah.
No, I shan't be doing that.
Barbara's back and Barbara's right. Patios are full potential. That's
they
what it is.
do feel like potential. What will but the night bring?
Yeah.
I feel that so deeply. And then Barbara goes, it's so hard for me to work after this pod. You are all my afternoon pizza. That's actually the nicest thing I've ever heard.
We are heavy on the carbs. We're calorie filled. I love it.
Yeah. And I love that. Jameson says, have you ever misjudged the first patio day and it feels so good, but it's just a bit cold? I still love it. Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't think I've been out there at the beginning of March and be like, you guys open up that patio yet? Or it's open if you want. If you want to go back there, we got some seats back there.
I will tell you, there's a few patio situations I don't want to take part in, and that is when it's crowded and like the patio people are there.
Yes, you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
the patio.
They're talking. People. Yeah, they've got particular shoes on. Yeah, and you're like, I don't
I also do not want to roll up on a patio with a bunch of fabric thong sandals. I cannot mess with them. I hate them more than life itself. If I were to show up to a date and someone is wearing a flip-flop, How do we proceed? What world are you coming from?
Oh my God. You just reminded me. This is
What?
how my brain went because you said the flip-flop thing. So like I told you, I'm going through some old seasons of Survivor, so please don't spoil them for me.
Oh yeah, Jason.
But I'm only a couple seasons back right now, and it's the Gen Xers versus the Millennials.
Yeah.
And there's a snowboard instructor on there that's just like, he's got my heart a little bit because he's just like, what's up, dude? Like I'm only one episode in, so he might be gone real quick. I don't know.
Right.
But I watch it late at night, and late at night here is even later for you.
Sure.
But I almost tried to like cut this one scene out and send it to you because they start making out in the cabin at one point. When I say cabin, like they've built a little thing.
Oh yeah.
And then it cuts to Michaela, who's just Michaela. You haven't really seen her yet. This is only like the first episode or second episode.
Okay.
And it cuts to her and she go like, disgusting. Your breath stinks. You stink. There's sand in your drawers and you're kissing. You're nasty. And I was like,
yeah,
this
that's
is
me.
Stacy. This is Stacy's spirit survivor animal.
I would just be like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
You've been here for 3 days on the beach. Your breath stinks. You stink.
I
and
stink.
You got sand in your drawers.
Yeah.
Don't make out.
Don't make out. Also, it's called Survivor and you're horny? Like, what's going on? Because
well, as everybody jumped on them, you don't get into a power couple one day in. Haven't they ever watched the show?
Yeah, exactly.
Although they keep pointing that out, so I'm like, oh, do they make it now? And they changed the game. I'm into Survivor again. I don't know what's happening.
You're allowed to be into Survivor again. That's okay. I got really into Below Deck again, and I'm still in love with Eddie. Eddie's my boy. Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
although he wears those fabric thong sandals, and I struggle. I obviously struggle, you know?
And Voodoo Line's not right. Like, imagine living a couple centuries ago. Like,
yeah.
You know, you got to shower like once a week, but you had to bathe in like an Ivory Spring commercial where they've just got water dumping on you behind this piece of wood. And like,
yeah, I mean,
there's no such thing as deodorant or even toothpaste probably. So you're just like, oh, how did people have sex? Why did our population live on?
Well, but it's like now that that's available to us, how can we go back? It's like the second you stop living like a student, and like I live by myself, right? These are my things. I like to keep things nice, but sometimes like, could I go back and like have a table full of 2-4s and we just kind of put a towel over them? We're like, this is our coffee table. No.
Guys, I found this thing from the construction wire. I think it's a spool for like large cable and wire. We can use it as a table.
Dope as hell. That actually
we had that as kids. That's what our tables in the basement were.
But I just think about we're going to Greg's. He just got this new couch off the street. Like there's no rug. Like it's just remember when you would go party and it would just be like a leather couch, period, and that was someone's apartment.
The sign on it said no bed bugs. So fuck yeah, dude.
It said it. Why would they say it didn't have bed bugs if it was full of them? They obviously said it. They're obviously telling you the truth. Okay, Rob wants to know what's an appropriate summer footwear for a man. Here's the thing. I'm going to say Birkenstock. And I'm just opposed to a flip-flop. I hate a flip-flop. I hate them.
I'm just going to say straight, like any sort of running shoes.
No, but sometimes it's hot and you want to wear a sandal. I'm a Birkenstock gal. Get a Birkenstock. Or like that style.
I would annoy you with the sandals I wear down here. They're not through the toes, but I have like
I know what you wear. No, I know what you wear. And I have brought them up and been like, I don't like those.
It's fine. But I don't either. But I'm like, I don't know what, I don't think, because I don't like Birkenstocks. So I just don't have a I don't know. I just don't like the aesthetic of it. The whole strap around the back of the heel and stuff.
No, there's no strap around the back of the heel.
Then I don't know what a Birkenstock is. I thought Birkenstock was like that's just one version of the Birkenstock.
The Birkenstock can just be like a slip in, no behind. You can have a behind.
I don't want a behind. That's what I'm saying. No behind.
Wait, well, there's a million different options. I've never had a behind. Why am I wearing a sandal that feels like a shoe? I'm not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
But you wear shower sandals.
This double chin, right? Like maybe I shouldn't even have shaved. I can't do this.
You just barfed. I can't have you body shame yourself. I can't.
Oh, well.
Why did you shave? What do you got? An audition? You have an audition later, obviously.
No, I don't. I wish I did. I do not.
So why are you wearing this shirt and why'd you shave?
I just felt like today's pod, I was like, I'm gonna like not come as I really looked like a piece of shit this morning. So I was like, well, I gotta not look like a piece of
And
shit.
then your body was like, hold on, let's get humble.
I know we're in a pandemic and like the world's weird, but like 5 years from now, am I gonna look back on these? I don't know, but I don't want to look back and be like, oh yeah, you look like a piece of garbage.
You won't.
I know.
We are the hottest we're ever gonna be. Do you know what I mean?
In
Jason
every moment.
has an interview with Malloy. See?
Malloy Dalton Touche, yeah.
But like Malloy Dalton Touche.
Yeah.
Do you know who works
Barbara's
there?
got my back.
Juliana Margulies. She works at Malloy Dalton Touche. You are allowed to feel pretty and you're allowed to feel good about yourself. I mean, if we didn't have this podcast, I would never do my hair and makeup. Yeah. I wouldn't purchase a cool shirt like this. Look how cool this shirt is.
I love that shirt.
Thanks. I'm going to stand up so people can see it. Look at this. Look at this shirt. It's Lawrence Chaney from Drag Race UK, one of my favorite drag queens. She is Scottish. We live and we love, and she is but my new religion. How beautiful. Yeah. Oh my God. Here, Jan. Malloy Dalton Touche. Malloy Dalton Touche? Delvin speaking. Yep. You know, I'm just throwing this out there. Jason is unaware. If you're a part of our Patreon, I just uploaded to the Patreon a calendar of our upcoming events. Stop touching your chin, Jason. I swear to God. Okay. Get yourself together.
Don't fucking make it huge.
Fine. So I was, I organized and put together a little calendar that's on our Patreon. You can see our upcoming events. I feel like we have a comedy night coming up in March. Maybe we do a little sketch show called Malloy Dalton Touche.
Oh, 100%.
And we do maybe we do like a Mad Men kind of comedy show.
Sure. But it could also be a sketch where the premise is, which we've never put this out to the public, the one where it's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I won't even say it then.
Don't even say it. But maybe that's what we have to do. Okay, first of all, Barbara,
we need to put that up to the public because we've talked about that sketch for years.
It makes us laugh
about it every time. And I don't know if it's going to make anybody else laugh.
Can I tell you? I will put it up on the Patreon because I have all the audio and I've put it together and it is the funniest thing I've ever heard. So Jason and I,
we recorded it once, is it not? Because we were going to do an audio album. And then
Jason and I were going to do a comedy album, which maybe is still in the books, but we have to get our shit together. But I will, we'll put it on the Patreon so people can listen to it. Barbara just said, I'm a little late. Is that a pic? Is the pic on Stacey's shirt of her playing tennis? And that is the nicest thing I've ever heard because that is exactly what it would look like. Don't you think?
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me the ball.
Jason was, and Barbara says, I still want to see the Stacey and Jason period sketch. It might be one of my favorite sketches of all time.
I think we've done more than one, so I'm trying to think of like.
What do you mean? When you were me, you played me with my first period.
I thought we had done one more, but I don't remember what it is now. So maybe not.
That and Come to Bed. Those ones were, oh my God, Come to Bed was just nuts.
Yeah.
We've talked about it all the time. Sometimes?
I said fun times.
Oh, I thought if you keep touching your throat, you're going to barf.
No, the barf's gone. That train's left this station and the station is closed down.
That's great. But anyways, yeah. So maybe we'll do, for our comedy night, maybe we'll do like a little theatrical, like a Barbara Somerville, but it's called Malloy Dalton Touche.
We can bring Janet, and I guarantee you she's going to want those TPS reports. Guaranteed.
She's going to want the TPS reports. Absolutely. And I'm going to can I talk to you for a second?
Alistair Forbes, who's on this podcast often in the chat, that's when you used to improvise, because you start to learn people's go-tos a bit. Because you improvise every night. So there's a couple things that always come back.
And at first you're like, people are amazing. And then you do like 300 shows with them every night. And you're like, oh, here it comes. Here's the
still
bit.
Amazing. But some things we fall back on. But like Alistair Forbes, one of his fallbacks was if you start doing anything stupid in a scene, he instantly stops the scene and goes, can I see you in my office for a second? I was just looking in the books here. And it seems like you've done this. You want to explain yourself? And you're just like, okay, great. You're always going to be my boss and bring me to the office when you do something dumb.
It was so
That's how
yeah.
he teaches a class on that. Oh,
Yeah,
if somebody starts to
clipboards.
mess up a little bit, just
Yeah.
bring them into your office.
Yeah.
Let them know they've done something wrong.
But that's why here are my favorite types of improv that no one will care about this. Get it, but there's nothing better than pulling up a chair. You grab the chair from the back and you go, we're just sitting down and we're just gonna just be funny.
Take my time, be confident about it. Who cares?
Jason and I were always either divorced, about to get divorced, at an office.
Yeah.
Always coworkers. It's the most fun to play. I'm really excited for I'm really excited for this. Malloy Dalton Touche. Delvin speaking. Maybe you'll play Delvin.
Love it.
Yeah, I love a good sit scene. And Barbara says, I still stand by the food sex calendar thing. Listen, we're a small business and we're open to that.
Yesterday, so
making the sex calendar.
I looked at some magnets and stuff, and there's some fun ones out there.
Yeah, we'll get on that. There's so much. We got to do that one though. Oh yeah. This is true. Jan said during my last days at Second City, I didn't even stand up to start scenes. She didn't need to. Like truly, we've said it once, we've said it twice or thrice. Jan is truly one of the best improvisers of all time. I
can tell you right now, she either like interjected something amazing or she just started whittling.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you about this.
Yeah, the cracking of the can, or she'd be like drinking, or like she'd always get a yop. She would she would mime opening a fridge and go in and then just shake her yop and then open the yop.
All these dirty little secrets and these tricks.
No, her mime work was amazing.
Completely.
Yeah. I love it. I remember doing a class.
Is this button better done up or done down?
I can't have it down, obviously, but we can try.
Yeah, this is terrible. No, I did do it down. This is down.
That's fine. I thought you meant you wanted to do another.
Like that.
Do you want to keep it like that?
No, I don't want to keep any of them down.
Why are you struggling today? Did the puke bring some stuff up?
No, this was already. I had this shirt on before I puked. I was wearing this while I puked, so luckily, and it's clean.
I want you to undo that top button.
This one?
Yeah, there you go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. What a good time had by all. But there's so much that I honestly feel like watching in and of itself has made me like really miss really miss the theater. And also just because I don't want to give any of it away, but it's just like so nice and incredible to have that sense of community, which again, we're so thankful that we have this podcast.
Let's do this. By next Wednesday, if you have not watched it, it's on you and we'll talk about it all we want.
Yeah. Next week, you have a week to watch it. But man, it was just like to feel like those connections. And that's what made me miss, like when we would perform and it was just like that sense of play with like the audience and like, wanting to make ourselves look, every type of way, good, bad, and in between, and have people be like, yeah, I get that. And you're like, I miss that. It's so fun.
I'm going to watch it again tonight.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think so. You're making me want to watch it. I do. Like, it's thinking about it. I was like, I can't. This is, it's one of the best things that have come out in a long time.
It did make me cry like this though. Like doing that kind of cry.
I watched it with my wife, so it made me cry like this.
I remember I was watching Stepmom once and my mom went to the bathroom. We could hear her bawling her eyes out and we're like, and she tried to play it off like she was just taking a huge shit. But we were like, you okay?
Does she not know that it's more embarrassing to be like, I was taking a huge shit because you think that sound coming?
First of all, in my house, we had a
taking a huge
scale.
shit. It's about that you sound when you shit. You're doing this.
Isn't it crazy to think that the Queen has for sure made that sound while taking a dump? Like just a hard dump, like
Shouldn't have ate those eggs.
Those eggs were weird. Call Juliana Margulies. Malloy Dalton Touche.
Ooh, I gotta wash my hand. Ugh.
Ew, Jason. No, I'm
The queen
upset.
has done that. The queen's done that.
No, no, she hasn't. It is a really like, it is sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I just do remember that the queen has had diarrhea. She has had diarrhea.
Yeah.
She has done
She's
it.
popped a pimple. She's
She's
looked
popped
in the
it.
mirror and she's popped a blackhead before and loved it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've never really like having like a big shit has never been a big thing in my house. Like we had the scale, like people would weigh themselves, take a dump and be like, "Oh, lost 2 pounds." You would just hear that coming out of the bathroom all the time.
Also,
Yeah.
for anybody listening to this in England, allegedly, we'll say allegedly because I don't want to get
Allegedly.
because I could feel like the queen would give us a defamation of character suit and be like, I have
Here's the thing.
never.
Here's the thing. We are by no means like I can't wait for our world domination. Like I'm excited to build a community and to
Also,
find
our world
success.
domination wouldn't be dominated at all because we'd just be like, everybody shares everything. Go.
Everyone
Communist.
shares everything.
We're
But
communists.
I'm
Great.
telling
We
you
get it.
this. If the queen reaches out, I will let it all land.
Yeah.
Can you imagine she watches this show? This little show that could.
I think she does. You know why? Because I'm manifesting.
We have to manifest. Speaking of, can I bring up some
Queen of England is listening to this podcast. I mean, she doesn't probably own a smartphone, but she's listening to this podcast.
I want to talk about this because something has come out with Martha Stewart, and I simply and utterly cannot deal with this. Okay.
What's happening to your life?
What magazine? What?
What can you not deal with? Also,
She
did you
just
find
did.
that picture of you?
I'm looking. It's like on my Instagram. Yeah, it's with Harper's Bazaar. Okay, let me look this up. Martha
Okay.
Stewart was on Harper's Bazaar, and she did like a full. They did like a full expose or whatever, like a full feature on her, and the photos are what I am bringing into 2021. Here we go. I want to talk about this energy. I'm going to save it.
And then we could probably talk
it.
about, because we didn't really follow up on Monday. Did you watch? Are you still watching The Bachelor? What's happening?
I have taken a break on The Bachelor. I know I feel really terrible, but because I was behind on my
the Discord's way into it.
I know.
We're still watching on Monday nights.
I know. I was in the Discord a bit and I was behind, but I was open for the spoilers. But yeah, what are people thinking? Like, how are people finding this season? I'd be curious. To know.
Haley, I bring it up because Haley wants to know, who do we think is he proposing to?
Isn't there rumors that it's Rachel?
Who's the guy that gives away all the stuff?
What?
You told me about it one time. You're like, oh, follow this guy. He'll
Reality Steve. Reality
TV
Steve. Yeah, Reality Steve. Well, thanks, Jason. I just took a glass or a jug of coffee, and Jason's just on his phone. I'm
on my phone. You know why? Because you were like, oh, it's on my Instagram. And I'm like, well, I'm going to get this picture then. That's happening.
I think it's Rachel. Here, I have the photo. So this has rocked my world. This is Martha Stewart from Harper's Bazaar.
I saw a lot of people posting all the Martha Stewart stuff yesterday.
How can we proceed knowing that this woman is wonderful? I mean, she's been to prison, tax evasion, and she's still super rich and like all of the things.
Well, she does shows with Snoop Dogg. She's just like, well, I think she tried to Betty White it for a while. You know, like Betty White came back and everyone's like, Betty White's the best. And it's like,
Betty White didn't go anywhere. Martha went to jail.
Oh, yes. And Betty White probably is.
I'm just saying, look at this. This is the sexuality that I am bringing forward. And I'm hoping that this energy gets me this energy. And this is what we're hoping for.
Why don't you copy those shot for shot and see what happens?
Yeah, this is me peeking in at Martha Stewart's photo shoot.
I love that picture.
I think this picture, I want this picture.
You know what that is, right?
What?
That's Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I know who it is.
In the movie Trolls.
That's so funny. Why are you on the phone? Can we figure out what's going on?
I'm trying to get to that goddamn picture of yours. And you know what?
What do you mean?
You said that it's on my Instagram. So
it's on my Instagram. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay, here's what I want to talk about. Okay, I'm just going to make you go full screen for a second while you pull up that picture. Here,
Okay.
so show that picture. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Look at this jazz skirt that has been ripped up into sections. I'm wearing. Okay, and also if you can push it forward a bit, Jay, you can see my sad hand holding my thin, sad ankle with a loose jazz shoe. Now, what you can't see is the puka shell necklace that I refuse to take off. Oh my God. The earrings of it all. That photo's nuts.
How old were you in this photo?
23. No, I'm
No, you
kidding. I was probably like 16, 17.
Because I was even guessing like 11, but that's okay.
11? As if. Oh, Shayla, puka puka, bitch. I love my puka shells. I loved my puka shells. I thought I was so cool with a puka shell.
Of course you did.
I'm sorry, I've kept you full screen. I loved my puka shells. I thought I was so cool. Like you could not come at me with that.
I feel like a lot of the things that we kind of roast in our sketches is like, it's what Stacey actually likes, but she's like, I'm not going to say I like it, but I'm certainly going to bring it to a character and be like,
what? Puka shells?
Puka shell necklace. What's up?
No, I would never. Like what I'm saying is like I was delusional.
You want
as a
vacation
teen.
rates. I got you.
I was delusional as a teen. Like I've said the story a million times. Like I came dressed as my teacher to school and I was like, oh, I'm like the coolest person ever.
Because you came dressed as, oh, this is where you get your Diane Lane suits from.
Yeah, it was from my teacher. She just gave me all the runoffs.
No, but that's where the blouse thing. Okay, great. I get it. I love it.
Haley just said that photo is full on Mahalu.
She had her first kiss right after that.
Oh my God, Haley, I wish I was 19. My first kiss was but a twinkle in my eye, you know? Yeah. And Jameson said, that's a gal who will monitor the shit out of a bus. And I loved rules. I loved them.
It's also this has to be around the time when you stole the camera and stole the chocolate bar and like made a video.
No, when I stole my family camcorder and filmed myself eating a chocolate bar or sucking the chocolate off a chocolate bar and showing what I deemed to be the gold brick of the Crispy Crunch.
Yeah.
I was like 10. I was 10. And you could just hear me like climbing the counter, like
with a tear in my eye.
Like I had no idea that I was lame. Like I was just like,
I knew I gave the wrong person yet again.
What?
It was Diane Keaton. It's not Diane Lane.
I know, but I move on. I know. And
Diane Lane, also a classic.
Yes, but I do not hold the sensual whimsy of Diane Lane.
You're Diane Keaton. I got you. I got you.
I mean, I'm not Diane Keaton. I mean, she'd be showing up every day in a blazer, and here I am in like a fun, frolicked little tee. But when the world opens up again, if you don't think I'm going to be, you know, a woman who only wears cool blazers all the time, you're damn right. That's going to be me. Diane Keaton might be one of the most stylish women of our time.
I had no idea. I think whenever you've mentioned Diane Keaton, I may have been thinking of Diane Lane, and now I'm looking at Diane Keaton. I'm like, okay, now I know exactly what Stacey was talking about the entire time.
Yeah, like I almost got fired from a restaurant because of what I was wearing. Because
I remember.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, business casual. Here we go. No problem.
And everyone else is wearing like Hooters style clothes, and you're like, I don't get it.
And they look amazing, and I was like, why do they get more money? People don't like a Jacob blouse, something from Ricky's. I'm not quite understanding here.
You have to stop bringing the mic you brought from home to the tables with you. I don't know. I'm just going to do a tight little. What do you guys want tonight?
What do you guys want? You guys new here at Saddle Ranch?
Let's give it up for your busboy, Steve. He'll be in here in a second. Grab your knives for you.
We kissed once because I had some Mike's Hard Lemonade and I was willing.
I was going through stuff, but
Steve was not. Full head on his shoulders. We love a boundary here at Saddle Ranch.
And when I say full head, I don't mean full head of hair, because that's probably a long time gone.
That's right. I kissed his penis and I didn't hate it. Hey, Steve. How's your wife?
Stop texting her.
I love her. Vanessa, she makes macrame shorts. Beautiful. What's going on, everyone, tonight? Do you guys like loaded rogies? It's a special here tonight at Saddle Ranch.
Oh, I'm late for my shift. What did I miss?
Sorry, I'm late, folks. Sorry, I'm late.
Maybe we just figured it out. Maybe we just need to open a restaurant.
Oh my God. It should be called You're Gonna Feel Bad After.
We'll call it Loaded Rogues, but the rogues will be ROGUES.
Like the gym equipment?
No, like rogue isn't rogue like a vigilante, like someone that's out on their own that's a bit of a punk. You could call them Loaded Rogues. Listen,
there can be no restaurant where it's a bit punk and I'm anyway associated. like I couldn't. There was something like even Incubus. I was like
spike leather bracelet, Chad. Come on.
I remember teaching improv and one of my students had like a thick leather bracelet. I was like, yeah. So who's done improv? Sorry, everyone. What is that?
Got a red baron symbol on it.
I can't with this, the thick leather bracelet. Are you going? Is this like do you like Xena?
I like them. Fan? I just could never pull them off.
Jason, I swear to God,
I wanted one my whole life.
I know. If you show up, first of all, I'll never forget when you were in that acting cult and you had to wear a bracelet or whatever, and I was like,
that was great. Can't wait to go back.
Our friendship was on the brink there. I remember calling a few friends.
I'm going back. I can't afford it right now, so that's not going to happen anyway.
Jason, I'm actually glad that you can't afford it. Like, I know that sounds rude, but you know what I mean.
I love it.
It'd be like, anyways, but I can't remember what I was saying. Just something about leather bracelets.
Leather bracelets.
And listen, people can come at me. Like, I was in high school, like wearing a blazer, being like, well, it's picture day. Like, listen, you can come at me all you want about my style choices because they're nuts. They don't make any sense. You think guys in their 20s are like looking at women and being like, wow, Stacy can pull off a blouse. Like, let me tell you, it's a specific man.
I don't know. I think you're ahead of your time. I think you're ahead of your time because that definitely became fashionable. I was like,
I just remember my grandma would like
high-waisted your whole life. You're good.
Men hate high-waisted.
I don't know. I think men got on the trend.
No, I think like a lot of men I know who have either dated me or, or my friends and their partners, they're always like, what's with these like high pants? It's a real thing. We've talked about it before.
Well, how about this then? What if there's something like, we'll use high-waisted pants, but say let's say you get into a long-term relationship, but there's one thing about your partner that you're just like,
yeah.
How do you approach your partner and be like, or would you even? You just be like, no, I take everything as it comes.
I think no, you get one.
I wouldn't. I mean, this isn't about me now, but like, I've definitely been in relationships where you're like, oh man, but there's like, actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But like, if I'm trying to get to the point where it's like, if I was, because you said you got boyfriends that don't like the high-waisted pants, how would you want them to tell you I don't like the high-waisted pant? Or do you even want them to say that?
Well, I think when you're in a long-term relationship, there comes a point where it's like, I hate that sweater, right? And they're like, well, I hate your weird pants. And not the high-waisted pants, but it's like, there's always like one thing your partner wears that you cannot stand. And that goes both ways, right? Like, I'm not saying like you should be dating someone who's like, you can't wear that. And you're like, yeah, like get away from me. I wear whatever I want. And even now,
what you would do as being smart and like figuring things out one step ahead of the ball game is you would buy a piece of clothing that you know is disgusting. You'd wear it almost every day until they mentioned it. And you go, oh, really? You don't like the sweater? Well, guess what? I don't like your pants.
No,
Wait,
but
I'll stop wearing this if you stop wearing those pants.
I remember I wore like these like kind of harem sweatpants. They were like really droopy. They kind of look like genie pants or something. You know what I mean? Like just very droopy, like fabric pants. And my partner at the time was like, I hate those pants. Right. Cause I didn't like their sweaters. And I was like, why are you opening up a West 49? Like, I don't quite understand what this is. Cause you're an adult man. Like, I don't understand what we're searching for. And he was like, yeah, well, like, coming from you with freaking genie pants.
Never owned a skateboard.
Yeah. Like, can you spell Ollie? Like, what's happening here? So, so then you make the trade of like, I'll get rid of that if you get rid of this, or you just go, when they put it on, I can't with it.
I don't even know why I'd bring it up, because like, I also like, it just seems conniving to be like trying to figure out a strategy to tell somebody that, but also like,
you can't
it's not like I don't remember ever dealing with that in my life, to be honest, of like, there's one piece of clothing or something that I don't want, but I don't know.
I can only speak to my experience, but like, do not ever come at someone unless they're like ill-fitting jeans where you're like, you should get ones that like are more flattering. Do not come at me about my jeans. You know how hard it is to find jeans? I like
and I do, and I don't know if it's. I know you're going to say it's different for girls and guys as well. Obviously,
no, it's not. Like, no, it's not. But like,
I can't find a good pair of jeans for myself.
I know, but I told you, hey, get away from these skinny jeans. Get more boot cut. Like, just get more.
But I don't like those. I don't want them to flare. I don't want like big. I don't like anything. I don't know. I don't like. I don't have a pair of jeans that I'm like, can't wait to wear those.
I am not. Well, because you don't listen to me. I'm not going to get you flares.
What I'm hearing is get bell bottom pants is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you with bell. Honestly, please, at one day, just surprise me in flares. That would be the funniest day of my life.
I'll come on with like rectangle sunglasses.
Ew.
You having a good time today? Because I feel great.
Hey, welcome to Saddle Ranch.
Got this cowhide vest, feeling pretty good.
We got a new Caesar salad with some horsey dressing.
You might think it has horseradish. No, we milked a mare, and it is dairy based.
There is no horse involved, but when you have a bite, you for sure will be saying nay, nay.
Except for this guy, he'll be saying hee haw, hell yeah.
Now, Cowboy Rick, real name Jason, he will be serving you guys tonight.
Why didn't you just call yourself Cowboy J? There's no Cowboy J. Cowboy Rick.
Cowboy Rick. I'll be your friend this evening. You imagine a restaurant was like that instead of I'll be your server. Yeah. I'm going to be your party connoisseur.
We did have that because I like during my teenage years when your friends would start getting jobs and stuff like that, there was this place called Lone Star, which I don't know if it's franchised and people know Lone Star.
Those are
but like
allegedly
your friends change their name because they do get fun names or whatever.
That's what I'm thinking about, because when I went to Lone Star outside of Toronto. There was a guy named T-Bone, and I couldn't get over it, and I wouldn't let it go. And I was like, that's not his name. Either he got the job and they called him T-Bone, or they made him think of a nickname.
Yeah.
Because he was like, what's up, you guys? My name's T-Bone. Can I introduce you into our
Scott, how'd you do on the exam?
Not
great. Okay, we're not going to talk about that right now. Did do very well. Fuck Mr. Cirolo.
Last time I checked, my name was T-Bone, and I am your party connoisseur for this evening. So do we want our monstrous margaritas? Let's not talk about calculus.
Plate's hot. Coming in. Plate's hot. Don't touch the plate. Okay.
Waiters, servers coming through a restaurant with fajitas. Hot plate, hot plate. I was like, is it worth it? Is the fajitas
Can I
worth
get you guys some more shells? Cool.
There's nothing more insulting than when a server would come around and go, whoa, looks like this table needs more shells.
I never took it as an insult. I was like, yeah, can you bring, like, why don't you start with more next time?
Yeah, like, the audacity of making me order the fajitas. I have to watch the hot plate parade, okay, coming to my table. And then you give me 3 shells? What am I going to do with that?
And next time you guys sing me happy birthday and you wear those sombreros, I'm posting this online. and you are all canceled. Get the fuck out of here.
You're all canceled now. If you want to keep this between us at this restaurant, when you bring me my fajitas, you bring me enough for all of the fixings. Okay. It's minimum 6 to 10 shells.
Yeah.
I remember going to my friend. I remember going to Danielle's house. She may not remember this, but it was a taco night. And she said this thing to me, and it was maybe the funniest thing I've ever heard. And she goes, "Stacy, it's taco night, not burrito night."
They're the same thing, just with a bigger blanket. That's all it is. Tacos, because nobody eats hard shells tacos. Let's be real, man. We all get soft tacos.
No, it was soft, but it was clear I was not I was really filling them. But it's just because like I'm sure because we all wanted it to be burrito night. We were all trying to be respectful. And I was like, forget this. If I'm gonna have taco night, I'm gonna load it the way I need.
Yeah. Either way, like I don't know, man. It's the same in both the burrito world and the taco world for me. Just bring me a lot of shells. I mean, that's a night that I'm gonna eat till I puke. No problem.
It's more than just a one egg situation. I will tell you though. Here's my question. You know when like tacos became super cool and they were like very shishi wee wee, and
when Lodestar came to town, yeah.
I'll be T-Bone. I'll be crying in the back, but smiling in the front. We celebrating anything tonight?
Oh my God, if that was on T-Bone's shirt, smiling in the front, crying in the back, and the boss would be like, I don't understand the pun.
Well, I feel it every day, Tom. I'm feeling it every day. But when you I remember going to a restaurant and being like, I'm gonna get some tacos, and then you go and they're so small, and you know you're gonna have to get McDonald's or something on the ride home. Like it was maybe one of my saddest days.
Well, that's why Taco Bell, I don't know if they still have it, but like back in like the day when I used to go to Taco Bell, they'd be like, great, 6 for $1. And you're like, yeah, I'll take two, I'll take a dozen, please. Like, no problem.
Can I tell you something? Great. I've never been to Taco Bell.
What?
I have never eaten Taco Bell.
How's that possible?
I know. Never.
It's gonna bring up some harsh conversations because some people are gonna be like, look, it's fucking dog food grade meat, which it is. I think it's even below. But it's like, I know. You gotta go. You gotta go at least once and be like, try out what it is, and then you get to pick your heat in the sauce, and it's not great. It's not good.
I know, but like, I've never I've been around where people have had Taco Bell or come from Taco Bell, and I loved the smell of everything that was happening. I know, Stephanie, I'm shook by it too. Like I kind of want like one of those gordita crunches, like the Crunchwrap Supreme. I mean,
you can just get a soft just go get some soft tacos, and it's like
no, but I want the crunch. I want the crunch wrap where everyone's like, it's all folded in. And
for sure, I know what you're talking about, and I don't know if I've ever had that, like the gordita crunch or whatever it is. Look, we're talking about really good foods, but then we're bringing up Taco Bell, which is just the bottom of the barrel, disgusting garbage. Although, we'd love to be sponsored by Taco Bell, no problem.
We love Taco Bell, and we love that. And I've only heard great things about the Baja Blast. So whatever you want to give to us, we're open to the sponsorship, Taco Bell. In fact, I've never had, so maybe you can sponsor us and give me a bunch of your food, and we'll eat it on air. Yeah, I've never had it. Yeah, Crunchwrap Supreme is what I'm thinking about. So Stephanie. I've never had Taco Bell. Maybe for Patreon, I'll order some Taco Bell so everyone can give me their recommendations, and I'll try it all. I'll order it all and have some bites.
Yeah.
This is why we should have like a studio, because we could order Taco Bell in, and this would be our job, and we would eat Taco Bell and really break it down.
And then have to go to a patio for lunch and be like, well, I guess we're not going back to the studio.
Listen,
house.
You open back. No, well, we had one beer. We can't. The day's done. The day's done as far as I'm concerned. Well, Jason, listen, I'm really proud of you. We did it. I really thought you were going to barf in between, but you really did not. And
great.
Damn. So here's the thing. tomorrow night, we are having a birthday bonanza over on the Patreon at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to join us, you can. No press, no press. But tomorrow night, we will be having a barn burner of a time. I have no idea what Jason has planned. All I have to do is get it on the internet, which I'm happy to do. And so I have no idea what's going to be happening. And then on Friday, we are back with a little Hangover Friday with Mr. Casual Friday himself.
Hangover Casual Friday.
A Hangover Casual Friday. And yeah, so if you already are a Patreon member, you can head over and check out the calendar for our upcoming events. And we will be adding as we organize them. If there are days of the week that are better for you than what we've been planning, let us know. Because we want to make sure everyone can be involved and check it out. It's going to be a live stream on our Patreon. So it's going to be a live stream night. Bring a cocktail, get into some pajamas and let's just have a barn burner.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna pretend like this isn't what we're doing, but I just came to me now. It's like Thursday night used to be like college night. It's like that's the night you go to the bar. So that's we're doing it on a Thursday night. It's like going back to college, guys.
Grab your crew and let's freaking party tonight.
Every time you pull that up, I'm like, is that Emma Hunter in the middle? But it's not Emma Hunter in the middle.
Yeah. And the guy on the right is definitely what my period would be like personified. So there he is. It's about to show up in about 5 days. So there he is. That's my guy. And that's me looking at him. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a thirsty Thursday, says Crystal. Absolutely. So if you can join us, it'll be so much fun. Also, it'll be live stream, so it'll be up on the Patreon. You can watch it whenever you want if you can't make it. And we will see the rest of all of you wonderful, amazing people. We will see you all on Friday. Bye.
Bye.